Welcome. In this particular video, I am going to solve this word question. So first, let us read this word question. How long will a boy take to run round a square field of side 40 meters if he runs at the rate of 9 kilometers per hour? So in this question, we have to find how long will the boy take. So how much time will the boy take if he is running round a square field whose side is 40 meters and the boy is running at the rate of 9 kilometers per hour. So we have to find how much time will the boy take. So time taken by the boy. To run round a square field. So this is what we have to find out in this particular question. Now we know that time taken is distance traveled by the speed. So time taken is equal to distance traveled divided by the speed. So here the speed of the boy is 9 kilometers per hour. So speed is 9 kilometers per hour. 9 kilometers per hour. And what is the distance traveled? So the boy is running round a square field whose side is 40 meters. So there is a square field. So let us say this is a square field. This is a rough diagram of that square field. So let us label this square field. So A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D is a square field. The boy is running round this square field. So that means, let us say he is starting from point A and he is going in this direction. So he will go from A to B, then from B to C, then from C to D, and then from D to A. So that means he is running round this square field. So that will be running round the square field. Starting from A and again coming back to A after covering the entire perimeter of this square field. So the side of this square field is 40 meters. So AB, this distance AB is 40 meters. Now since it is a square field, we know that all the four sides of this square field will be same, because square means all the four sides are equal. So AB is 40 meters, BC is also 40 meters, CD is also 40 meters, and DA is also 40 meters. So he is starting from A, first going to B. So distance traveled is 40 meters. Then from B, he will go to C. So another 40 meters. So 40 plus 40, 80. Then from C to D. So 80 plus another 40. 80 plus 40 is 120. And then from D, he will come back to A. So 120 plus 40, which is 160. So the total distance traveled when he is running around this square field is 160 meters. So distance traveled when that boy is running around that square field is 160 meters. Because in this question they are saying that how long will a boy take to run round a square field? To run round that square field one time. So if he runs round this square field one time, The distance traveled by him is 160 meters. 40, another 40, another 40, another 40. So 40 multiplied to 4, which is 160. 40 plus 40, 80, 80 plus 40, 120, 120 plus 40, 160. So in order to run round this square field one time, he will cover a distance of 160 meters. So therefore the time taken by the boy will be the distance traveled by the speed. So 160 meters divided by 9 kilometers per hour. Now here, don't start solving this numerical part just like that, because here the units matter a lot. The distance traveled is in meters. The speed is in kilometers per hour. So here it is meters, here it is kilometers. So the units are different. So you can't simply do the calculation. You have to convert the units so that all the units are same. Either you convert this meter to kilometer or you convert this kilometer to meter, so that both of them becomes kilometer or both of them becomes meter. But right now the distance traveled is in meters and the time taken and the speed is in kilometers per hour. So speed is kilometers per hour and the distance traveled is meters. So one is in meters, one is in kilometer. So we can't simply do the calculation. So let us convert the meters to kilometers. So I will convert the distance traveled, which is 160 meters, into kilometers. So how to convert meters to kilometers? So meter to kilometer. So in order to convert meter to kilometer, we have to divide by 1000. In order to convert meter to kilometer, we have to divide by 1000. So 160 meters, if I have to convert this into kilometers, I will have to divide it by 1000. So therefore this will become 160 divided by 1000. This much kilometer. So 160 meters is 160 divided by 1000 kilometer. So now this unit will become kilometer. So the distance traveled is now 160 divided by 1000 kilometers. And the speed is 9 kilometers per hour. So now both of them are in kilometers. So now you can do this calculation. So 160 by 1000 kilometer upon 9 kilometers per hour. So we can do the calculation of the units first. So kilometer upon kilometer per hour. Kilometer upon kilometer per hour. How much is that? So this means kilometer. This means divided by. So divided by kilometers per hour. So this will be kilometers. This division I can convert it into multiplication, just like what we did in fractions. Just remember your concepts of fractions. So kilometer divided by kilometers per hour can be kilometers into, take the reciprocal of this. So hour upon kilometer. Just like we did division of fractions. So kilometer into hour upon kilometer. So kilometer and kilometer cancels. So we are left with hours. So kilometer divided by kilometers by hour is hour. So this units will become hour. And now 160 upon 1000, 160 divided by 1000 upon 9. Or you can say 160 by 1000 upon 9. So how to do this? So this means 160 by 1000 divided by 9. So 160 by 1000 into 9 means 9 by 1. So take the reciprocal of this. The reciprocal of 9 by 1 is 1 by 9. So 160 by 1000 into 1 by 9. So do this. So this 0 and this 0 cancels. So it is 16 by 100 into 1 by 9, which is 16 into 1 is 16. 100 into 9 is 900. So 16 by 900. So 160 by 1000 upon 9. This becomes 16 by 900. So 16 by 900. This much hours. So time taken by the boy is 16 by 900 hours. This is your answer. Nothing wrong with this answer, but let us simplify this answer. 16 by 900 hours. Let us simplify this so that it becomes easy to understand or pleasant to hear. Rather, I should say pleasant to hear. There is nothing wrong with this answer, but let us simplify this. So 16 by 900 hours. This is one form of answer which is alright. But now let us simplify this. So 16 by 900 hours, let us convert it into minutes and see if that becomes simpler. So I am converting now hours to minutes. So in order to convert hours to minutes, we have to multiply by 60. In order to convert hours to minutes, we have to multiply by 60. So 16 by 100 hours, if I have to convert it into minutes, it will be 16 by 900 multiplied to 60, this much minutes. So now from hour we are converting to minutes. So 16 by 900 into 60. So what is it? So this 0 and this 0 cancels. Then let us divide both of them by 2. So 2 3s are 6 and 2 45s are 90. Then again we can divide by 3. 3 1s are 3, 3 15s are 45. So this becomes now 16 by 15 minutes. 16 by 15 minutes. So 16 by 900 hours becomes 16 by 15 minutes. And this is also not very pleasant to hear. Or if I say this to anybody, he might be looking for much simpler answer. So let us convert this also into a simpler answer. See, both of them are correct. If you give your answer as 16 by 900 hours, that is also correct. If you give your answer as 16 by 15 minutes, that is also correct. But let us try to make it simpler. So now I will convert 16 by 15 minutes into seconds and see if that answer is much more simpler. So now we are converting minutes to seconds. In order to convert minutes to seconds, we have to multiply again by 60. In order to convert minutes to seconds, we have to multiply by 60. So 16 by 15 minutes will now become 16 by 15 into 60, this much seconds. So 16 by 15 into 60. So 15 1s are 15, 15 4s are 60, and 16 into 4 is 64. So 64 seconds. Yes, this is much more pleasant to hear, easier to understand, and this is a simplified form. So this answer is the simplest form, 64 seconds. Rather than giving your answer as 16 by 900 hours or 16 by 15 minutes, you can give your answer in seconds, which is 64 seconds, which is simpler to understand or easier to understand. So time taken by the boy to run round a square field is 64 seconds. So this is how I have solved this particular word question.